Canada excluded from G7, icebreakers, made a broad shock nation. In a surprising diplomatic turn, Canada found itself excluded from the 2025 G7 summit held in Kananaskis, Alberta, a decision that has sent shockwaves through the political landscape. This summit was anticipated to be a significant event not only for Canada's diplomatic efforts, but also for showcasing its leadership on pressing global issues such as climate change, economic recovery, and international security. Despite hosting the summit and assuming the G7 presidency earlier this year, Canada's absence from the final gathering has raised eyebrows and sparked intense debate across the nation. This unexpected exclusion has ignited a firestorm of criticism, leading many to question Canada's standing on the global stage and its commitment to national interests, as well as the effectiveness of its diplomatic strategies. The 2025 G7 summit was initially set to be a landmark event for Canada, marking its 7th time hosting the prestigious gathering. Prime Minister Mark Carney had positioned the summit as an opportunity to showcase Canada's leadership and its vision for multilateral cooperation. The agenda was filled with crucial discussions on global challenges, including the urgent need for coordinated action on climate change, technological innovation, and the aftermath of the COVID-19 pandemic. However, the summit concluded without Canada's participation, leaving many to wonder about the reasons behind this exclusion. Reports indicate that U.S. President Donald Trump departed early from the summit, citing the escalating conflict between Israel and Iran as a priority. His early exit, coupled with Canada's absence, has led to speculation about strained diplomatic relations and Canada's diminished influence within the G7. This situation raises questions about the effectiveness of Canada's diplomatic strategies, particularly in fostering relationships with its closest allies. Adding fuel to the fire, Canada's ambitious project to build a new polar icebreaker has taken an unexpected turn that has left many citizens feeling disillusioned. The hull of the vessel is being constructed in Finland, with plans to complete it in Quebec by 2030. While the federal government frames this as a strategic move to leverage international expertise and advanced technology, many Canadians view it as a betrayal of domestic industry and a missed opportunity to bolster national capabilities. The decision to outsource such a critical asset has sparked protests and debates in Parliament, with opposition parties arguing that Canada should prioritize its own shipbuilding industry to enhance sovereignty in Arctic waters. The implications of building the icebreaker abroad extend beyond economics. They touch on national pride and the ability to assert control over Arctic territories, which are increasingly becoming a focal point of geopolitical interest. Domestically, Canada is grappling with significant economic challenges that further complicate its international standing. The unemployment rate has remained stubbornly high at 6.9% as of July 2025, with over 540,000 Canadians relying on employment insurance, a staggering 12.8% increase from the previous year. These figures underscore the strain on the labor market and the government's struggle to stimulate job growth. Many Canadians are feeling the pinch of rising living costs, particularly in urban centers where housing affordability has become a crisis. The government's failure to provide concrete solutions to these issues has led to growing discontent among the populace, who feel neglected amid broader economic policies that do not resonate with their immediate concerns. Trade relations with the United States have also been a point of contention, intensifying the scrutiny on the government's economic management. Despite the United States-Mexico-Canada Agreement, USMCA, Canada continues to face tariffs on key sectors such as steel, aluminum, and automobiles. In a bid to ease tensions, Prime Minister Carney announced the removal of retaliatory tariffs on certain U.S. goods, aligning with U.S. exemptions under the Trade Pact. While this move aims to reset trade negotiations and foster goodwill, critics argue that it reflects a pattern of concessions without securing substantial gains for Canada. Many Canadians worry that these trade dynamics may compromise local industries and lead to job losses, further exacerbating the economic challenges the country faces. The sentiment among businesses and workers is that the government must adopt a more robust stance to protect Canadian interests in the ongoing trade landscape. The combination of international exclusion, economic challenges, and trade concessions has led to a surge in public discontent. Conservative leader Pierre Poilievre has capitalized on this sentiment, positioning himself as a staunch advocate for Canadian sovereignty and economic resilience. His Canada First economic action plan emphasizes reducing taxes, boosting domestic production, and reclaiming control over national resources. Poilievre's rhetoric resonates with a populace increasingly skeptical of the government's approach to foreign relations and economic policy. His calls for a more assertive national strategy have gained traction, prompting discussions on how Canada can better navigate the complex landscape of international relations and ensure that its interests are prioritized. As Canada stands at a crossroads, the exclusion from the G7 summit and the outsourcing of critical infrastructure projects have exposed vulnerabilities in the nation's global standing and self-reliance. The government must confront the reality that its current strategies are not resonating with the public, leading to a potential shift in political power. As unemployment remains high and trade tensions persist, the need for a cohesive and assertive national strategy has never been more urgent. The coming months will be pivotal in determining whether Canada can reclaim its position on the world stage and restore confidence among its citizens. The nation's future hinges on the ability of its leaders to foster unity, prioritize domestic needs, and engage effectively with the international community, ensuring that Canada not only remains a player on the global stage, but also reaffirms its commitment to the welfare of its citizens.